with goals and dreams and all.
Welcome back. We've got episode 3, Excuse the Interruption. The week flew by. Mr. Berganda, we're back here again. Another great episode I think we have in store. How was your week?
You know what? It's been pretty good. Like you said, the weeks are actually going by fast. There's a lot of stuff coming up this week, especially. We're getting some good feedback. We're getting a lot of requests to come on to the show, which is great. This week we have virtual pep rally, we have senior appreciation day, we have Spirit Week, we have a lot of stuff going on, Ms. D.
I know, I'm excited about Spirit Week. You know, I teach mostly sophomores, but I have to say, in my heart, let's go seniors.
Absolutely.
We can do it. Get it going, get it going. So yeah, you're right, it is a big week. We've got an exciting episode today. A little bit about what we have going on. We have some special guests with us today. We have Miss Santana, with a fashion student. We also have our Spanish Honor Society officers. And we're going to hear some great things about what our students are doing these past couple of weeks while they're home on distance learning. So I'm looking forward to our special guests today.
It's awesome. I can't wait. So, Ms. D, what's up with the videos that have been on YouTube recently with like the surveillance?
I don't know. You know, we talked about it last week. You know, we thought like
I saw you on there.
I know. I'm looking around my house now. You know, it's weird. It was a weird feeling. I was on the track and there was something buzzing around, and I just felt like I was like being watched. You know, and the same thing like Mr. Carrasio said when he was on his deck. You know, he was calling me and he felt the same thing. So I don't know what's going on. It's a little creepy at times. Hopefully nothing sinister. I don't know. Has anything happened to you?
I mean, I do feel like especially a couple of days ago, I felt like I thought I heard like something and then I looked and couldn't see anything. But, you know, I don't think it's anything sinister. We'll just have to wait and see what's happening.
Well, I hope it's going to be good news, whatever it is, you know?
I do too. So,
we got to get to the end of it.
What do we have going on today?
What else do we have going on today? Besides our special guest, I think Mr. Pastorino might come on with some announcements a little bit later on. But we always have our very special favorite segment of our show, Let's Brag About Our Seniors. So I'm going to throw it over to you, Mr. B, and you're in charge of bragging about our seniors.
Well, that's easy to do. Just keep your eyes on the screen. Take a look at our seniors. Congratulations, seniors. Great job. Stay tuned next week. We'll have more college decisions on each episode because we love to brag about our seniors. Hey, what do we got going on for today's show?
Well, we've got a couple special guests with us today, Mr. B. I'm going to throw it over to you. You can do the introductions.
Perfect. Well, today, to start off our show, we have special guest, Miss Santana, and her student, Heather McKenzie. Hi, guys. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Always good seeing you, Miss D.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We've heard about some good outside-the-box lesson that you've been doing, Miss Santana. Can you explain to us and tell everybody a little bit about what's been going on?
Sure. So, as you know, I'm the fashion teacher at JFK. So it's been quite hard for me to think outside the box and come up with projects for our students, knowing that they have no supplies at home or, my instruction that's right on top of them. So I went outside the box, did some research, and obviously inspired by what's going on and all the need for protective masks, I decided to make a mask project for my sewing 2 and 3 students. So what we did was I established some different YouTube videos that showed how to make a mask without being able to sew, how to make a mask with glue, how to make a mask with household supplies, how to make a mask with sewing, and the kids really put their best foot forward and came out with some amazing things. When you think of creating something without sewing and having to like make a pattern and take measurements and follow a video of instruction, they really blew me away, as they always do. So it worked out really well.
So, Ms. Santana, that sounds like an awesome idea. I'm sure your students just had a great time making those masks and knowing that they're really serving a purpose. So, if you want to tell us a little bit more about it, or if you have somebody here with you, or if you want to show us some masks.
Actually, I do. Well, what we did as a class was after we created them, we had a Zoom meeting, so we all got to wear our masks and see what everybody else did, and give each other advice what they could have done better or different. But one of my top students is with us right now, and she's actually blew this project like way out of the water, and has made upwards towards like almost 50 masks, I think. So we've encouraged all of our students to either use them, donate them, make them for a senior they know, a family member, or a friend. So we've really been paying it forward. I'm going to go ahead right now and show you one of the masks that I made. This was just from some leftover fabric. So if I put it on like this, put it like that. Ta-da!
That was great.
Wow, that's great.
And Heather has something to share with you.
Hi.
Heather!
So for the project, I started with like old fabric that like I just had around the house, and I found this YouTube video that really works. So I printed out the pattern pieces, and so I used this old fabric that I had from Fashion One, and I made this pineapple mask. And then I noticed like all my flaws pretty much, and I turned it like, I just like kept doing it so that it would be something bigger and better. So I realized that like I should make some for my family, because I recently got a job at the food store to try to like give back and help, but also both of my sisters now work there. So now it's the 3 of us working at a food store. So I made both of them face masks so that we're all protected in the family. And then I made one for my mom, and then I made one for my dad, because my dad works for the township. So he's constantly like in contact with people. But then he was talking to me about how the men that he works with in his crew like are using the disposable face masks, and they're using it like every day, but after like every time they use it, they're spraying it down with Lysol. So I was like, yeah, like something needs to be done here. So I made like maybe 40 face masks for them, and I unfortunately don't have elastic here, so I improvised. So I got these rubber bands and I've been using those for the ear straps. So this is my one that I use for work. It has like the rubber band on it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So now, like the guys that my dad works with, they asked for masks for their family. So now I'm making them for like their children and wives. And like I've made some for my grandparents, and I made some for like my aunts and my uncles that like I sent to like Florida. And yeah, trying to give back.
That's
I just thought it was a great idea. Very creative, Heather. I mean, look really great.
Thank you.
Now you said you've made over 40 or so. Does it take a long time to make each one, or since you've made more, has it gotten easier, or?
it takes like a lot of my time. So like when I'm not working, I'm trying to like cut them out, but like I like split it up. So like one day like I'll try cutting out all of the masks that like I know that I need, and then the next day like I'll try sewing them, and then the next day I'll put like all the rubber bands on them. So it's like a few day process.
Wow, well, that's really amazing what you're doing.
Thank you.
That's
Great
awesome.
job, Miss Santana, and your class. Awesome job. I hope we get to see a lot of pictures of all the mask creations.
Yes, listen, we are keeping busy and being very creative. I'm gonna share some other stuff with you guys, later as this unfolds. They've done like t-shirt designs, redesigning stuff, accessories. So we're still pushing the envelope. JFK's finest are definitely producing and, surprising me every day. So I'm so proud of our kids.
Excellent, excellent. Great job, fashion class. Great job.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to the show today. Do you have anything else you want to say to anybody?
Shout out to the class of 2020. We're all going to miss you. And thank you so much to my senior captains from soccer. I'm going to love you. Please come back and visit.
Thanks for stopping by, Heather. Thanks, Miss Santana. It was great to have you guys on the show.
Thank you
Miss
so
you
much.
guys. Bye.
So, Mr. Bergondo, I know we have some additional special guests today. I believe I will give the honors to you to introducing our special guests.
Well, thank you very much, Misty. We do have some more special guests. We have some members of the Spanish Honor Society, and here to introduce them is Mehek Patel.
Hi, I'm Mehek. I'm the president of the Spanish Honor Society, and with me I have my vice president, Gabriela, my treasurer, Mayram, and my secretary, Nisha. So,
welcome, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Hi. So we came on today to talk about the video we made to thank the essential workers. So Senora Di Fiori, she approached the officers and asked us to make a video to thank different members of the community that have been going out and risking their lives and making sacrifices to help during this pandemic. So each member of the Spanish Honor Society picked a different groups, such as doctors and nurses or teachers or grocery store workers, and wrote a short message in Spanish to thank them.
That sounds very nice. Do any of you have a personal connection to any of the frontline workers? Anybody's parent working any specific area or relative, that when you were thinking about making this project?
Well, my dad actually owns a convenience store, so he's been working every day and he's coming into contact with people. So I chose the topic of thanking the grocery store workers in our community.
That's nice.
That's awesome. And how long did it take to put the project together?
So I actually made the video, and it probably took about a day to get everybody's messages, and I think it went really well with just putting all the subtitles and making sure everything was cohesive.
That's really awesome.
I believe we'll be able to post the video, at the end of our broadcast, so everyone will have an opportunity to see it. About how long is it?
It's about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody had a lot of fun thanking the frontline workers, and I can't wait to see your Spanish, because the only thing I really kind of know is like hola. So.
So I know that Mehek, you had said that you had chosen to do grocery store clerks. How about Gabriela? Who did you choose for your project?
For my video, I chose garbage collectors and sanitation workers because personally I feel they're very important. There's some people that you see every single day. They're going around picking up the gloves and everything. A lot of people do litter at this time, so I feel as though they're a huge part of the progress that we're making. Like, we can't move forward without them if there's still, that contamination and the littering going on. They're a huge part of the process right now alongside other essential workers on the front line.
That's great. Mayram, any personal connection for you, or how did you decide what group you were going to recognize?
Personally, I chose to do teachers because teachers are contributing greatly to keeping us all sane. We're living in a very difficult time, and without teachers supporting us and letting us know that they're there for us, it would be way more difficult than it currently is. And I would like to give a special shout out to two of my teachers. Mr. Viteri, he went around to a lot of his students and said hi and said encouraging words. And Miss Lesniak, she's been amazing, doing a lot of extra activities for us so that we could stay involved and we could stay happy. So yeah, we love you guys. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So Nisha, one of the reasons Spanish Honor Society is being featured today is because you sent me an email and said we did this great project, and is there a way we can share it with everyone on JFKMHS TV? And without your initiative, you wouldn't be here. So we're glad that you came. Who did you choose to honor in your project?
So I chose postal workers and mailmen because all of us are quarantined in our houses pretty much. So we aren't able to go to the stores to get what we need. And because of all these postal workers and mailmen, we're able to get everything that we need while we stay inside our houses. So I feel like their work should be really appreciated because they're really allowing us to get what we need while we stay inside our homes.
Well, it was a very successful, worthy project, and I know we're all looking forward to taking a look at the video. So great job, Spanish Honor Society. Nice work.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Before we go, does anybody else have anything they want to say to your classmates or anybody?
Well, we wanted to thank the essential workers in Spanish to, incorporate this whole Spanish Honor Society. So just want to say, sigan adelante, de corazón lo agradecemos. Keep growing. We keep you in the bottom of our hearts.
Very
Thank
nice.
you so much.
Felicidades, class of 2020.
All right, so thank you to the officers of the Spanish Honor Society. We're so happy you were able to stop by and join us today. Great news about your project. And don't forget, it's Spirit Week this week, and seniors better rock.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for coming on.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So we have another special guest here today, Mr. Bergando. You've got the introductions.
Perfect. We have Mrs. Rotella here from our art department. Mrs. Rotella teaches several different art classes here at the school, and she's here today to tell us a little bit about what's been going on in those classes.
Yes, very exciting stuff. Hello, how is everybody? Nice to see you. We've been busy. We've been doing a lot. We started off, my photo class has done the front porch project. So if you're not familiar with that, photographers have started shooting family portraits right on your front porch as sort of a way to document what quarantine has been like and who you're quarantined with, and just a way to remember this time in history, this unprecedented time that we're all going through. So they all did their own families on their porches, and they came out really incredible. They had a Dorothea Lange inspired black and white portraits done, and they really did a nice job. My art major students and my AP students did what started as the Getty Challenge, if you're familiar with the Getty Museum, has now become the Met Challenge, where they are recreating masters' paintings. So they find clothing and objects around the house and dress like Mona Lisa or Frida Kahlo. So there's been some really great responses to that assignment. I was really impressed with their creativity. I had students painting their face and dressing up and wrapping, fur and things around their heads in order to create some of these famous paintings that you'll recognize, once you see them. And we also did, probably my favorite was called the Loo Roll Challenge. Loo as in restroom, because it came from the UK. It was actually started by an art teacher in the UK, and she had her students create little tiny masterpieces on toilet paper rolls. So I figured, hey, everybody's got to have one of those, right? So we, as most of the art classes, and I imagine a lot of classes are suffering a little bit without supplies, so we are taking advantage of what we've got, and it was incredible. I mean, just the challenge with drawing on something that's not flat, for one, and the paintings I got back and the drawings I got back were just amazing. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the results. I wasn't sure how it was going to go over, but I shouldn't have doubted them because they did an amazing job. And they'd probably be here talking about it, except they're all preparing for their AP test this week. So they're very busy.
Wow, that's great, Mrs. Rotella. I'm pretty sure we have some pictures that you could see right now, but I'd love to see more of them. Hopefully they can be put up on our YouTube channel.
Yes, I was so impressed. I decided I'm going to make a montage and definitely publicize it on JFKMHS TV for everybody to see, because it just, you don't want to miss it.
Sounds great. Looking forward to it.
Thank you so much for coming on to the show. Do you have anything else you want to say to anybody before you leave?
Well, I just want to say hi to all my students, but especially the class of 2020. I hope you're tuning in. I hope you're watching, because we miss you. We want FaceTime with you, but I hope that this gives you some FaceTime with us. And, thanks for having me. I really look forward to the show every week. So I'm excited to see what else you guys are doing.
Thanks for coming. Next up, we'll have our weekly announcements. Mr. Bergondo, you can do the honors.
Okay, please excuse the interruption. We have several weekly announcements today. The virtual pep rally will be scheduled for this Thursday, May 14th. It'll premiere right after this show. The last day to buy yearbooks is Friday, May 15th. Also, look out for announcements coming up about Chromebook drop-off. And also this whole week is Spirit Team 2020. Make sure you check out JFKMHS TV for YouTube. And now, some important announcements from our principal, Mr. Pastorino.
Thank you, Mr. Bergondo. A few morning announcements I'd like to go over with the students. I hope that everyone is staying healthy and enjoying Spirit Team 2020. I want to encourage everyone tonight to watch our spring sports pep rally. I know that Mr. Rotella and our spring coaches have been working hard.
All right, so just a reminder, this Friday, May 15th, Senior Appreciation Day. You don't want to miss it. You want to tune in to JFKMHS TV. It's going to be an awesome video. Check when you sign in on Friday morning. Tell your parents, tell your friends, tell your family, and don't forget to subscribe to our JFKMHS TV channel. That's our link right down there, so get that done. And if you're interested in being one of our special guests, Mr. B will give you a little bit more information.
Anybody that wants to be a special guest on our show, please email Ms. D or myself, and we'd love to have you on. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Excuse the Interruption. Ms. D?
All right, thanks, Mr. Bergondo. We'll see you all again next week. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. And remember,
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Youth is wise with goals and dreams and knowledge deep and strong, and pride is based on